Thank you so much for tuning back into Valley News Live, taking a look up there in Grand Forks. They do have some quieter conditions after the last 24 hours with gusts up to 42 miles an hour and that 100-degree heat. But here in Fargo, we're still sitting at around 88 degrees with the winds still being slightly breezy out of the north at 10 miles an hour. Now for those wind speeds for everyone else, we're still seeing them a little breezy, especially in the southern and the western part of our area with Devil's Lake with those winds at 10 miles an hour. And even in Baudette, they do have gusts up to 22 miles an hour and 16 over in Bemidji. Now with that, we also still have those temperatures once again warmer in Minnesota and cooler out to the west where they're also seeing some scattered showers. But we have 80 over in Thief River and Grand Forks, 88 in Detroit Lakes, and even 89 still in Siston. But like I said, areas where you're seeing that rainfall is where those temperatures are a little cooler with that cloud coverage as well. Now right now we're tracking some storms just in the northwestern part of Minnesota, especially near that Roseau, Marshall, and Beltrami County area, and these are non-severe and they are just some light to moderate rainfall. And as we head throughout the next couple hours, those showers will continue to push north, but tonight around 8 o'clock is when we're seeing that marginal risk I was talking about earlier come through the valley. Now this is going to be all throughout the 1 o'clock hour. That will continue to push off through that Thief River area, and we have another round continuing to come through over throughout your morning. Now for your morning commute tomorrow, it's going to be a little messy if you're going anywhere from that Roseau all the way down to that Jamestown area. Now temperatures beforehand are still going to be in those 70s, but after temperatures are going to be in those low 60s and even in those 50s. But as those showers continue to move through, some of them will be on the stronger side. However, we can also see isolated areas of some of those severe storms, but otherwise they're going to continue to push through throughout the lunch hour, and by your afternoon temperatures are still going to be in those 70s and even 86 here in Fargo. But otherwise, as we continue throughout the rest of your evening, temperatures behind are going to stay in those 60s, but we can also see those leftover fog and those leftover clouds stick around as we head throughout the rest of your Thursday. Now by this rainfall, by Thursday night, we can see areas stretching from Grand Forks to that Jamestown and Bismarck area, having areas from 1 to 3 inches of rain. Other areas just near that Halleck area can see 1 to 2. Just closer here to Fargo, we can see just over 1/4 to 1 inch, and other areas near that Lakes Country area can see traces to just over 1/4 of an inch. Now, tomorrow afternoon, temperatures are also going to be once again in those 80s here for the Southern Valley. Otherwise, you're going to be in those 70s. Now, like I said, we have the first alert weather day here coming up on Saturday. Now, Saturday morning is when that rain and thunderstorm chances become stronger and some severe to the south and the east. Now, by midday, we're going to continue to watch for a break in those storms. Some areas will even get a little bit of that sunshine, but that's also going to cause some instability. And by the evening is when those storms are really going to develop into the south and east. And that's when we're going to get most of those severe chances and those hazards. Now, throughout the rest of the weekend, we do have that first alert weather day on Saturday, but otherwise temperatures dip into those 70s for Sunday. And even as we head into next week, temperatures rebound into those 80s. And Reed, we even get another chance of those temperatures in those upper 80s as we continue throughout Wednesday. And even into next week, we kind of sit in those mid 80s. And those daily rain chances do continue.
We've talked about the roller coaster all week, and I feel like we're going down, but then we're getting ready to go back up.
Yesterday was the climax.
Okay,
the climax.
perfect. I'm ready for the drop.
Me too.
Thank you, Shelby.